Hey, hi Ritika. Welcome to Segmento's Byte Pod. I really like when marketers and agency people come to the Byte Pod and they discuss this perspective, what they think about the evolving market in terms of AI, when they talk about back then 20 years, what was the media and now what media is all about. So, I heard what you were saying, and I have also seen half of the transition what media has gone through from print to radio to TV. People are talking about digital. Now we have AI, and then in that also we have the segmentations and hyper local personalization. So, what do you think India as a market will grow by adopting AI in 2-3 years?
So I think what is inevitable is what you just spoke about, the hyper local personalization, and that will be driven through AI because the kind of data that you can sort of pull into, and this whole idea of segmenting by shopper behavior, by daily customer behavior, by their transactions, their likes, dislikes, preferences, click-through behavior, all of that. I think that whole thing to the level of each individual customer can only happen through AI.
Correct.
And today, that's what is happening. That's what I think organizations like yours are already, putting on the table. This is the future. You guys are already maybe like 2 steps ahead of the industry, but it is inevitable. And brands and businesses will need to, come to terms with the fact that there is loads of data that they will have access to. What will become meaningful and what will drive the chaff from the grain is who are the people who can use this data meaningfully.
Correct.
To grow their business.
Absolutely. Yeah. Brand has data. I mean, we always go and convince them that, you should leverage your first party data for your own benefit. Know your customers better. Don't do media, don't do planning, don't do anything, but know your customer, where your customer lies, where your customer stays, where your customers, how they behave, how they spend, so that, these kind of thing will help me in next 2-3 years. I can plan my future better. So from that perspective, we always go and guide brands that enriching your data is very important because you will be able to know your customer even better, right?
I think what has changed, and if you allow me, because I've seen the 20 years back, how data collection used to happen. As marketers, we used to go to customers directly, and used to do something called a random sampling of the entire population. And do studies like usage and attitude studies. Now the usage and attitude studies actually maybe the biggest studies would take less than 1%, even like 0.0001% of the total population. And we projected the results to the rest of the population.
Imagine. You have just took the bunch of people.
Imagine 300 out of a crore population, which is your addressable population. And you expect that, that 300 are going to define what the rest of them are doing. But today, what is possible is actually you can actually figure out what each customer is doing.
Exactly.
So there is a huge
transition.
It's a huge transition.
I think, so just help me, how can brand move from data collection to data intelligence? From your medium, I wanted to let brand also to understand that, data collection is good, but data intelligence is equally important.
Absolutely. The biggest difference between data collection and data intelligence is the fact that data collection is a passive activity. You have data. You had data in the past also.
Correct.
You have much more data today.
Absolutely.
How are you making that data work for your business? How are you using that to actually make it actionable for your business? Segment it by, gender, by income class, by shopper behavior, by what kind of devices, what kind of lifestyle, all of that.
Level data segmentation is happening.
The geographical segmentation you can do today by pin code. But I'm saying even things like, even within the family, there are 4 people and each person in the family is actually behaving differently.
Correct.
Today, AI allows you to be able to identify their different patterns.
Yes.
Which was not there earlier,
Times of India used to come, and everybody used to read one used to read Bombay Times, one used to read Times, one used to read Economic Times, but they used to consider that as a one circular, right?
Yeah,
because one paper is going there.
There was that much data. Today, why is it intelligent? Because it is actionable.
Yeah.
It is, you can exactly pinpoint, who will, if you have a brand that is talking to people with curly hair. In a family of 5, maybe there is one child who has curly hair.
Yeah.
But that brand can talk to that curly hair child and give them exactly what they want.
Solution, exactly.
Because they have access to the fact that, there is that one customer sitting there in this household.
Yeah.
That is intelligence.
Absolutely. Bang on.
It's not a household level, or even the data that they have is the curly hair, the problem, what AI today allows you to do is also dig deeper into the motivations and problems.
Yeah.
The lead gaps are not just at a population level.
Correct.
Or a segment level. They are at a customer level. So those need gaps can be addressed.
Absolutely. You rightly said that in one house there are 4 people. Every need is different. And today in AI world, the problem is solved by individual level. Your interest lies on something else. My interest lies on something else. So that is called personalization. So,
and it's also possible because all of us are using different devices.
Absolutely. Yes. So
you're
searching about different
products. Individual devices.
Exactly.
You can be targeted on your device differently than what I can be targeted. You will get lots of leads on, clicks for nice corporate smart dresses, and I will probably get more communication on saris.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that is possible today.
Yeah.
And this data is available for all businesses. What you do with this data is where the intelligence comes in.
Correct. And when you talk about experiences, do you think if you make it personalized, the experience will become better?
Definitely better. But I think, like I said in the panel also, I think experience should not be confused with transactions. Individual transactions are not equal to experience. Experience is when a single customer you are targeting and communicating with every touch point.
Yeah.
So it's a multiple ecosystem that you're building through multiple touch points. That becomes an experience.
Yes.
And that is difficult for brands to replicate. So for example, I always say that, a product can be copied. A price can be undercut.
Yeah.
Ad spends, a competitor can overspend your ad budgets, right? But what they can't replicate is the experience that you leave with the consumers, because that is a sum total of 120 touch points that you can deliver to a consumer.
Correct. And you can't just sit and throw the ad and show that, hey, and that you call it experience. Absolutely correct. Experience is a different phenomena altogether.
Yeah.
Adding to this, how do you see AI influencing audience modeling and segmentations? Because we are talking about AI. Modeling is something which people are adopting, and segmentation is happening, which we rightly mentioned in the enrichment thing. What are your thoughts and perspectives?
See, AI today is working at different levels. There is generative AI. There is large language models that are in place. There are now SLMs, which are small language models, which are going deeper rather than going wider. So LLMs operate at a wider spectrum. SLMs are going deeper. So if there is something that you need to build in the area of, say, skincare, then SLMs are the ones that they will tell you, okay, within the skin, acne care is, these are the things that you can. So AI today is like, I would say, a weapon in the hands of marketers.
Yes.
It depends on how you want to use that tool or how you want to use that technology to drive your business forward.
Correct.
And there are multiple, I would say, multiple types of weapons available. You need to find the right mix. You need to find the relevant mix.
Correct.
Because not everything will be applicable. So if you're a brand which is which has a penetration of, say, 40% in the country, for example. Let me take an example of Lal Dant Manjan. Okay. Now, at an all India level, I think it has a penetration about 35-40%. Now, a brand with that 35-40% penetration at an all India level doesn't need to do hyper-local personalization.
Absolutely.
Okay, they need to do a broader segmentation because they are a large enough brand.
Correct.
Who needs to do hyper-local personalization? a brand like Minimalist, or a brand like, say, maybe Zepto operating in DLF phase 4.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Because there they are actually operating at a very concentrated level. They need to have strategies which will be applicable to that segment.
Correct.
And to reach that segment, you will need that hyper-local personalization.
Yes.
You will need deeper segmentation. You will need segmentation by pin code.
Yeah.
You will need segmentation by device type. You will need segmentation by, age bracket. Correct. Or work profile,
Yeah.
So all of that works. Everything that you have today, everything available. What a smart marketer or business owner needs to figure out is what is relevant for their brand.
Absolutely. Personalization, relevancy, also recency is very important.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Because if you're searching about few product, last week and you lost interest now, you don't want to buy it this week. So recency is also important because data is there, but how old the data is that relevant now? Is that a recent data? No. So recency is also very important, and marketers should think from that perspective also, because here we refresh our data in every 15 days or every month, so that when you are using our data, that data is a refreshed data. And when you are running a campaign, you are actually targeting in-market audiences.
Absolutely. In fact, if you talk about, say, fashion industry, where a lot of the data is being, they're using a lot of AI and data mining there. There was a time when trends lasted for years. Today, trends last for 2 months.
Absolutely.
2 weeks.
Correct.
They go viral and
the trend changes. Yeah.
So what the data that you are talking about in terms of recency has to be relevantly recent for that industry.
Correct. Absolutely.
Brands which are more, I would say automotive or more consumer durables, they are right now very, very focused on what is topical. If there is pollution, then there is huge spike on air purifiers.
Yes.
When there is...
now that war was happening and there was like induction cooker was high in demand.
So everybody is going, it's sort of going viral.
Yeah.
So our lives are also becoming very minute by minute.
Correct.
And your data needs to keep up. I think
refreshed and recent data always helps marketers to target the right audiences. Last question: how important do you think audience enrichment will be for personalization, which we discussed, right? So enriching your file is important and making it personalized. Do you think still India is into broader targeting, but next 1 or 2 years, do you think personalization becomes utmost important?
I think it's already important. Maybe larger brands are not doing that because of the scale at which they operate. But I think the new age digital first brands are already doing a lot of personalization simply because that's the way they can survive. If they don't do the personalization, they will not be able to differentiate.
With larger brands.
They need to find a niche. And to find that niche, they have to go deeper. They have to personalize.
Correct.
They have to find that one unique aspect of a consumer that they can own, and lead from that. So it's like finding one foot in the door. So till they find that one small hole where they can put in their brand, they will not find an entry.
Yeah, every day new brands are emerging. At least if they're not going personalized, probably you won't be resonate with that brand. And that brand might die, Hence the enrichment and personalization we always talk about. So I think great intel. I was watching you there and I also wanted to, understand in person the perspectives which you have from audience lens, from enrichment lens, from hyper personalization, from enrichment to personalization, and you have covered all of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for taking out the time and giving your insights.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you.